Hello there, you beautiful people. My name is Willow, and you're joining me on Supreme Commander Forged Alliance Forever for a 6v6 cast on the worst map to ever be made in Supreme Commander Forged Alliance Forever. Remember that thing I said in the last cast where I said I was going to cast every replay I was sent? Should have added an amendment. You were going to be constitutional on this. By the way, like, subscribe, comment. Ooh, first minute. Share it. Add it to your favorites. Whatever else I don't know. Oh god, I'm fucking delirious. Fucking slow down. Listen, we're going to be here for a while because it's a dual gap, and dual gap is the worst. Not doing another dual gap if another dual gap shows up, but I'm casting every single replay that was submitted to me over the past like 5-6 days, something like that. And I'm doing them all back to back because I hate myself. Either way, thank you all for joining me. Sorry for this really long introduction that I didn't need to do. Team 1 is over here on the left. Team 2, over here on the right. We're going to introduce our players. I hate dual gap. If you send me dual gap, it will not be casted, period, ever. This is the one dual gap cast on my entire channel that will ever exist. You're here to witness history. I hate this map. I'd rather cast an Astro Crater Battle, which also is another map that I probably will never cast. But I'm casting this, so you're welcome, dual gappers. We are going to be looking at the Pink Cybran playing the worst map with one of the best factions. His name is Atone 07. Then we have a orange UEF by the name of XRX Stream Anime, which, appropriate. He's going first land. Then we have, going to the middle, a dark green Cybran by the name of Active Backlash, and he went first air. Then a first air red Seraphim by the name of E-Unit. After that, we have a first land gray Aeon? Is this gray? I don't know what color this is. What the hell is this? Either way, it's a gray Aeon, and it's Kami 64. It's a white Aeon? Is that white? Oh, that's white. Looks so gray. God, that looks weird. Okay, caught up on that. Then we have a green Cybran by the name of Steck going first land. Then moving on to the team on the right, starting with the gray Aeon by the name of Tom Ruler. Then a teal cyan, good color, UEF by the name of Call Sign Supa? I'm not going to remember any of these names. They're just going to be red, green, blue, whatever. Then we have a red Cybran by the name of Easy Kill going first land. A blue UEF, which has a comm somewhere, by the name of Once Handsome. A yellow Cybran by the name of TV Nobby. And a blue UEF by the name of Comrade Striker. Jesus, that took forever. So it's dual gap, so what we can be in store for right now is the mere fact that nobody's going to do anything for the first 10 minutes, so I'm going to be on times 10 until the first 10 minutes. I don't care. I don't want to cast this match. I'm doing it because I love you all, and you all want more casts. I do want to cast this match. I'm just joking with you. You all are beautiful. I love you. Calm down. Hakuna Tatas. All that good stuff. There is a bit of action happening over here in the middle. It's mainly going to be defended. It's mostly directed towards Active Backlash and coming from Once Handsome. But as far as I can tell, Active Backlash has managed to get up first, has more production facilities. Meanwhile, to the north, though, Extreme Anime is kind of trouncing all over TV Nobby. Okay, I need to slow this down. He has a large amount of units. They're going to be getting in behind Once Handsome. It's going to be able to stop the buildup of production. Once Handsome now going into the yellow, he's in a lot of danger. There's just more units for Team 1, honestly, here in the middle. And Once Handsome's going to be forced underwater. He's going to be submerged in the giant lake. The only good thing about this map, Navy. I love Navy. It's beautiful. The Navy is... Water is so good for you. Navy is amazing. learn to play Navy, and then only play Navy maps, and you'll win a lot of games. Because most players, I would argue, do not know how to play Navy and do not understand how to win Navy or when to attack or what to do when they're playing Navy. It's very complicated because it's like building T3 land units with more steps, I kind of feel. Either way, a large push out from Team 1 towards Team 2. The middle is a complete fuckfest. And TV Nabi is going to be losing this middle fight quite quickly. In the Navy, though, we have a bit more interesting stuff happening. A forward base has been established by E Unit, who is currently going to be losing the base due to this is a first, a torpedo defense creep, which is, you know what? Other than I've never seen it done on a level that isn't harms, so credit. Call sign Supa, you are a beautiful, beautiful man for aggressively building T1 torpedo defense to kill off your enemy's naval production. That was a forward base. That's ingenuity. If that's not ingenuity, I don't know what is. The middle, yep, still bad. Team 2, still in a bad position. Team 1, still slaying it, doing a good job. Also, we need to address the elephant in the room. Since this is unlike any other map in the game, T1 Air doesn't actually all that much matter unless your opponent goes for a T2 gunship snipe, which means that the team's entire goal is your 2 air players generally just get to T3 air in the first, usually you want it to be like 10 minutes. Air players on this match are going pretty slow. One of them still hasn't built an air factory, so that's interesting. Steck deciding that air factories are for scrubs and that he doesn't need them. Instead, opting for T2 land, which is an interesting strategy, which I'm not going to criticize. I mean, you may as well be... You got to do something interesting with such a boring map. By the way, if you like Gap, I'm not criticizing you. I'm criticizing the map. If you like Gap and you enjoy it and you have a good time, all the power to you. I enjoy people enjoying themselves. I just don't like this map. There's a difference between me not liking Gap players and me not liking Gap. I'm fine with Gap players. Even when you come to normal maps, good maps, and you don't know what to do because you play Gap, you're fine. You're beautiful. Everybody's beautiful. There is somebody in this world who finds you beautiful, and that means you're beautiful. Either way, the Mantis are going to be pushing in now, but it's going to be a lot less effective. There's a bunch of T1 PD now built up by Once Handsome, along with a Triad, which is going to finish like in 2 seconds. And that's going to stop this attack from being effective, because there's a giant choke point here, and these... Okay, I might be eating my own words. It does look like this might end up making it through, and if that happens, that's unfortunate. Instead of getting some T2 land units to try and defend this, Once Handsome deciding to go for the T3 land switch, while units are about to kill his base. So, that's intelligent. You know what? I like that move. Go big, go home. No one like T1, T2 unit. T1, T2 boring. Give me Percival. I need Percival. Unfortunately, that is going to be the forfeit of all of his economy and his base. So, Once Handsome is fucked. That's the scientific term. He is fucked. So the problem I'm seeing here is Team 1 still doesn't have T3 air, and Team 2 has 2 players with T3 air. So right now there's going to be a shocker coming out, and once they find out the shocker that Team 1 hasn't gotten any T3 air, there's going to be a lot more. So Strat Bomber is going to be a big issue very soon for Team 1. If I just had to throw a shot into the dark, Strat Bombers will be an issue. Once Handsome now up here, his base is demolished, but TV Nabi has done the smart thing and built enough, static defense instead of, actual units, has built enough static defense to stop this onslaught of death. There's a broadsword out in the field, because of course there is. It's 12 minutes in. Why wouldn't you have a broadsword? And that broadsword is now going to be helping to kill off all of this. Once Handsome still at threat of dying, though. Surprisingly enough, having no units and trying to use your comm to make up for that, as we were talking about in the last cast, you know, more shit better than less shit. Once Handsome's now in extreme danger of dying to a bunch of T1 tanks, unless he's not even going to get veterancy. There's still a chance that these tanks funneling in can kill this off. Broadsword has a lot of DPS, but no, never mind. Once Handsome's going to live. Why would he die? So the Strat Bomber came in. It killed off the attempt to get teched up air forces for Stek. So Stek is kind of locked at this T1 phase. There is the Strat Bomber is over here, has killed off almost 2,000 mass worth of stuff, which is, you know, reasonable. Most Strat Bombers do that on Dual Gap because that's just how this map works. Gonna be killing off a whole bunch more stuff. That's gonna be 2 more T2 mechs going down and popping it up almost to 4,000 mass killed. A ton of flak being built, which, I mean, I guess it works, but the bombers are still going to get passes, and at this point you can see your opponent doesn't have T3 air. None of them do. You have more ASF already. Just make strat bombers. Bomb them with strategical bombers and win. That's the situation you're in. So yeah, we're gonna speed this up because I'm gonna call it here. I think that Team 1 is fucked. Because Team 2, sure, they managed to take out Once Handsome, but they don't have any air. So, yep, look at that. Look at that. That's another power generator down. You can't even afford to make the ASF. That shield coming online was really helpful, but he can't afford to make the ASF. Here soon he can't afford the T3 P-Gen because he won't have any power. Sure, you could get Sam's up, but at this point you're behind in every roll because every roll's getting pummeled into the ground by Strat Bombers. So, I don't understand the game plan. Yeah. As long as Team 1, which they can because of this, doesn't die to the ground, then, and even then, if they kill off the top team, it's Tom Ruler who's the problem. Tom Ruler is the one with the Strat Bombers and who is just absolutely destroying Team 1. That's more mass extractors going down, so now you inevitably win Navy because your opponent has no mass. And your opponent is at T2 but can't afford to build T2, so yeah. You've won Navy. Stop this. Stop this. Stop playing the little, like, fucking cucaracha dance. Stop being over here, like, all weird and like. Just go kill them. Kill them with your Navy. I don't want to be in this game anymore. It's not worth my voice to yell at you all anymore. Okay, so over here, there is a bunch of... Well, actually, now it's kind of a toss-up. You know what? We'll slow it down, because it's kind of becoming a toss-up. The air was a big problem, but now players are getting shields and realizing that that's important. But there's still no T3 air, so you could just get... If you just build enough Strat Bombers, you can just snipe everybody on the field, or you can just get enough air control to force them all into the water. Then you're Aeon. Build some Solaces. Solace is real good killing comms. Amazing at it, in fact. I don't know how long this replay is, but I swear, if this turns into like a 5-hour long game with Artie, I will be very upset. The good news is, actually, I know it's not going to be 5 hours long, because there's this weird thing where, that only I have noticed, nobody else has noticed this, if a replay file is over a megabyte, it stutters for me, and I don't know why. So it's under a megabyte, which means at most this game can be like 2 hours long, maybe an hour and a half. So, you know, hopefully, I'm gonna use that as my one moment of solace. Active Backlash is going to be under attack by a whole bunch of Navy. There's not enough torpedoes to necessarily force him out of the water, but there is enough to force him away for now. It's going to take a very long time for him to die, if he is going to die to this Navy. If he gets out of the water, he's actually hurting himself more than staying in, because there's not quite enough torpedo damage here compared to the damage of the guns that the Valiant-class destroyer has. But scouting out from Team 2 has been relatively good. There's air production out from 3 players now for Team 1, who now has White jumping in, who is Kami 94. There's a strategic launch detected, which is bad news because there's no anti-air. Oh my god. Oh god, I hate chats. I hate the chat. I hate this game. I hate everything about it. I hate this map. Get me out of here. Okay, first player ejected. It only took 21 minutes, which is... Actually, never mind. That is the fastest death that's ever happened on Dual Gap. I know that's a lie. Don't send me a replay to prove it. Kami 64 taken out at the 22-ish minute mark with a nuke to the face, which is very enlightening. It teaches you a lot about your mistakes, like such as joining a Dual Gap game. Oh man, I feel I'm being too mean, but at the same time, there's a reason I haven't casted this map before, because this is how it would have been. If I decided somebody's replay, that, like, if I went out of my way to do this. As I said, I didn't even check this match for a desync. If there's a desync, it's still going up. It's Dual Gap. Who the fuck cares? But if there is a desync, that'll just even be better. Tom Ruler getting T2 on the comm. I'm sure everybody wanted to know that. I'm sure somebody in the comments going to say talk about the game, which is fine. I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about how much this map sucks. I have a very strong opinion. I'm not afraid to voice it. I'm not afraid of the criticism that's going to come in the comments of this, of like, why did you upload this? This is just super negative. Listen, everything on my channel is generally extremely positive. I can be negative for one video. I actually really want to see the comments on this. This is going to be great. Actually, this might be one of my favorite videos because the comments either entirely agree with me or the comments hate me, and that's beautiful. Or it's a mix, and either way, I'm happy. One second, I need to do something.
Strategic launch detected.
Control V. Wait, no. Alright, here we go. We have the thumbnail. Good enough for me. Another nuke is flying out, and there's no way this anti-nuke... Oh, wow, it is loaded. Never mind, Steck got the power economy to get his anti-nuke loaded. Okay, well, that means this game lasts another at least like 10 minutes, so buckle in. Air control, still in the hands of Team 2. Another nuke flying out, so that probably means that this game is not 10 minutes longer. This game probably ends within the next... my guess, this game ends before 40 minutes. Once Handsome Control Ks for absolutely no reason. I don't understand that. At least he's gone, so he stopped spamming the damn chat. That nuke goes off and kills off active Backlash, his main base. His entire main base is down. He actually, despite having all of this map control, doesn't own a single mass extractor at this point. Because he doesn't understand that T1 factories, after you're out of the T1 phase, can still produce engineers, I guess. And rebuilding mechs is a kind of a core point of the game, but, you know, don't worry about it. It's all good. You can lose your mechs and be happy. He's probably just worried that the Navy, if he rebuilds them, the Navy will just show up and kill them. But that's kind of the point of rebuilding them, so they can die. They only take, what, 7 seconds for a T1 mechs to pay itself off? Or 18 seconds? Is 7 or 17? Something like that. Does not take long. It's very hard not to get your investment back on a T1 mechs. Support commander out here in the front building PD because units, what are those? Team 2 still hasn't understood the concept of building T1 land, or building any land units. A ton of Mongeese pushing into the front up here. The Mongeese are going to run into the Great Wall of Cerberus, which is going to very effectively kill off a lot of Mongeese. Strategic launch detected. Where is this one gonna fly? This one's flying all the way up here. Is this loaded? It's not loaded, which means that this player dies because anti-nukes. What are those? Land units. What are those? Surprisingly, Cerberus and broadswords are gonna be a very effective defense because there's a giant choke point. I have to hand it to TV Nobby. He has built a lot of Cerberus this match. I mean, how many are, Does he have a Yelona? Is that why he's firing this so fast? No, he just has 2 nuke launchers with heavy assistance. 39 Cerberus. That is usually more than you see in most games. But it's less than your average gap game. Alright, here comes the nuke. Oh, look at that. Still not loaded. So, that's going to be another base completely destroyed. And on the other side, on the southern side, we have Steck and E Unit, who need to survive or control K. A large naval presence is now built up by Callsign Supa, who honestly has no excuse for why he hasn't won the game yet. He could just send all of his navy in. There's not harms or anything. And his team has had air control for like the past 30 minutes, so yeah, this is strange. The question is, how long do E Unit and Steck feel like dragging this out for?
Strategic launch detected.
Strategic launch detected. Strategic launch detected. Okay, who's building an artillery? Where's the Maver or whatever? There has to be one being... Oh, I clicked out of the game. Alright, I'm back into the game. Who's building the Scathis or the Maver? Oh, that nuke just killed off those production facilities. There's no point in launching that nuke, in fact, because he couldn't afford to build any units with those. You could have just nuked the Navy and given Callsign Supa enough alcohol to be brave enough to right-click forward. Yes, these are a lot of torpedo bombers, but Tom Ruler is a competent player, and he has a lot of ASF. Oh, strap bombers, finally. Bring in all of the strap bombers, please. Of course, we have broadswords instead of ASF out of Comrade Striker, because broadswords can do everything an ASF can do better. Well, those are a bunch of dead strap bombers. Unfortunate. But for that, it looks like Tom Ruler is going to get air control, and Tom Ruler can move over here and kill off the torpedo bombers, which will finally maybe give the Navy a reason to push forward, when it could have for a long time. All it needed was like 5 or 6 cruisers. In fact, it already has enough cruisers to probably deal with this without help, but the ASFs may as well help anyways. Was that a Control K? No, that was somebody finishing in Atlantis. Callsign Supa. The epic torpedo launcher creeper. Torpedo launch creep. What was this game? Let's hit the reset button. Alright. So. Oh, strap bomber's coming in and he's power stalling, so these strap bombers are going to kill off a lot of stuff. Well, that was predictable. Actually, they only get 1 mass fabricator, which I would think you could target the power generators and get more, right? gunships came in, the broadswords came in. They didn't do very much. The Navy is scared of like 5 submarines. This giant T2 and T3 Navy, scared of like 5 submarines, you know. Very legitimate. That's a bunch of strat bombers sitting on the ground, about to be shot to death. I mean, what are you going to do with these strat bombers? Even if you get them out, there is anti-air set up in a bunch of places, a bunch of air producing, patrolling ASFs. You're not gonna win. Your winning play was a Scathis about 5 minutes ago. Well, at least I get to see some pretty shots of a summit. That is having a lot of trouble deciding whether it wants to move forward or backward or whatever. Oh, another summit. It's just Summit City up in here. So how... Wow, that's a bunch of ASFs just committing suicide for some reason or another. Interesting. More ASFs gonna come commit suicide. That's perfectly fine with me too. Okay, Steck, you have like... You have over 500 mass a second. Why don't we... I don't know. I think you have to go for a game ender. You don't have a chance of winning through air power, I do not believe. There's 6 commanders you have to snipe, and there's a good chance that like half of them are underwater. And each of the commanders probably has the capability to win the match, so... Seems a bit strange. That's a lot of nukes. Wait, he has 4 nukes. He can already win the game just by launching nukes. Of course he doesn't know that, and I'm not going to say he's stupid for not trying. But at the same time, there's 1 anti-nuke. You could probably launch all 3 of them simultaneously, and there's a opportunity for at least the 3rd one to get through. Okay. Oh, there's a Monkey Lord that's about to walk all the way across the map. Monkey Lord has had the time to walk all the way across the map. And is going to try and come up on land to attempt to kill off all of this, and there's really not a ton of... I mean, there's a bunch of point defense right here, but there's not a bunch of defense around the base, so that Monkey Lord's probably going to be effective. If I had to take a shot in the dark, I'd say that Monkey Lord will achieve what it wants to. That's another nuke launcher. There's 4 nuke launchers right now, and almost all of them are loaded. This is the only one that's not loaded, and it's heavily assisted, so it might be loaded here in just a minute. Power generator needed, though. Doesn't have the power for all these nuke launchers, which is not unsurprising. Nuke launchers, expensive. That's a bunch of strat bombers out from Steck, who is going to slowly kill off the Navy, but also going to lose a lot of strat bombers doing it. That's another Atlantis finishing, which is the Atlantis even building units? Nope, it's just sitting here. You may as well surface the Atlantis in this situation. Yeah, just surface it. I'm sure it might get shot by strat bombers, but it has a lot of AA. Strategic launch detected. Why only launch 1? Is he just going for the snipe on the comms? He's going for the snipe on the comms. Okay. And he probably looked at the radius of this and knows that it won't be stopped. Or he doesn't, and it's just a shot in the dark. Either way. Are you going to start moving your comm stack and E unit? Pretty sure if that lands and neither of them moves, then both of them die. You need to start moving at least right now to live. Oh no, you're going to reclaim instead of move. Okay, well, you're both dead. Both of the important players are dead now. Oh wait, no, E-Unit may have moved in time. Nope, he didn't. Okay, that's the end of the game. Thank you all for watching. You all have been beautiful. Like if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it. Like if you hate Dual Gap. Like if you love Dual Gap. Comment if you want to see more. Subscribe if you want to see more. Subscribe if you want to see more. Comment if you have something to say. Thank you to my patrons Timothy Calderwood, Sergeant Syphilis, and Nogthar. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!